The wind howled outside, a monstrous symphony of nature's fury. Rain lashed against the windows, each drop a tiny projectile. A young Ahmed huddled under his blanket, eyes squeezed shut. The storm terrified him. Then, a flash of lightning illuminated the room, followed by a deafening boom of thunder. Ahmed's eyes flew open. He saw it then, a large rat, sleek and wet, darting across his bedroom floor. It was gone in a flash, disappearing under his bed. That night, Ahmed didn't sleep. He lay awake, fear replaced by a burning curiosity. Where did it come from? Where did it go? The next morning, the storm had passed, leaving behind a world washed clean. Ahmed, armed with a flashlight, ventured under his bed. He found the rat, lifeless and still. It was a sobering sight, his first encounter with death. This event, etched in his young mind, sparked a fascination with life and death. It was a fascination that would shape his destiny. Years later, Ahmed's fascination with the natural world blossomed into a passion for science. He spent countless hours in his makeshift lab, a converted corner in his attic. Chemicals bubbled in flasks, wires snaked across tables, and the air crackled with the thrill of discovery. One day, tragedy struck. A forgotten Bunsen burner, left unattended, ignited a fire. The flames spread quickly, engulfing the attic in a fiery inferno. Ahmed watched in horror from the street, helpless as firefighters battled the blaze. His father, a brave and selfless man, rushed into the burning house to save Ahmed's research. He never emerged. The fire, a merciless beast, claimed his life, leaving Ahmed drowning in a sea of guilt and grief. Ahmed was shattered, his father, his hero, his mentor gone. He blamed himself, the fire a constant reminder of his recklessness. He retreated into himself, the light in his eyes extinguished. His mother, a pillar of strength, refused to let him drown in despair. She held him close, whispering words of comfort and encouragement. "Your father wouldn't want this," she'd say, her voice thick with unshed tears. "He'd want you to keep going, to pursue your dreams." Her words were a lifeline. Slowly, Ahmed began to heal. He returned to his studies, his passion for science rekindled, fueled by a burning desire to honor his father's memory. He vowed to use his knowledge to make a difference, to alleviate suffering, to conquer death itself. Ahmed excelled in his studies. He devoured books, ached for knowledge, his hunger insatiable. He earned scholarships, broke academic records, his brilliance undeniable. He pursued a doctorate in bioengineering, his mind set on unraveling the mysteries of life and death. His research focused on cell regeneration, on manipulating the very building blocks of life. He spent countless hours in the lab, fueled by coffee and driven by an unwavering determination. His colleagues, initially skeptical, watched in awe as his theories took shape, his experiments yielding groundbreaking results. Ahmed, however, was not satisfied. He craved more. He wanted to conquer death, to reverse its cruel grip. And he knew deep down that he was on the verge of achieving the impossible. Section 5. Reaching for the Stars. Ahmed's groundbreaking research caught the attention of NASA. He was recruited to head a top-secret project, reversing the effects of cellular degeneration in astronauts exposed to prolonged space travel. It was a long shot, a gamble, but NASA was willing to take it. Ahmed threw himself into his work, driven by a potent cocktail of ambition and grief. He experimented with gene therapy, nanotechnology, and advanced robotics, pushing the boundaries of science. He even managed to secure a sample of his late father's DNA, a bittersweet reminder of his ultimate goal. Years passed, filled with setbacks and breakthroughs. Ahmed persevered, his resolve never wavering. He knew in his heart that he was close. And then it happened. The impossible became possible. Section 6. Resurrection. The lab erupted in cheers. Years of tireless work, countless failed experiments, all culminating in this moment. Ahmed had done it. He had successfully resurrected a deceased animal, a laboratory rat, using his revolutionary technology. It was a small creature, insignificant to the world, but to Ahmed, it was a monumental victory. He had stared death in the face and emerged victorious. The implications were staggering. He could bring back the dead. He could reunite families, heal the world, rewrite history. The world held its breath as news of Ahmed's breakthrough spread like wildfire. The impossible had become reality. The dead could live again. But with this incredible power came a terrifying question: should they? Section 7, Pandora's Box. The world erupted in chaos. Governments scrambled to control the technology. Religious leaders grappled with the theological implications, and ethicists debated the morality of it all. Ahmed, once hailed as a hero, was now a pariah accused of playing God. Protests raged outside his lab, a cacophony of fear, anger, and desperate hope. People camped outside, clutching photographs of loved ones, begging Ahmed for a miracle. He retreated further into his lab, the weight of his creation crushing him. He had opened Pandora's box, unleashing forces he could no longer control. The world was teetering on the brink of chaos, and he, the architect of it all, was powerless to stop it. Section 8. The Unforeseen Consequences. It began subtly. Resurrected animals exhibited strange behaviors, their eyes clouded with a primal fear. They were shadows of their former selves, driven by an instinct even Ahmed couldn't comprehend. Then came the reports of resurrected humans, their minds fragmented, their memories corrupted. They were not the people they once were. They were echoes, shells inhabited by something dark and unknown. Ahmed, horrified, realized his grave error. He had resurrected the body, but not the soul. He had unleashed something terrible upon the world, something that threatened to consume everything. His creation, once a beacon of hope, had become a harbinger of doom. The world watched in terror as the line between the living and the dead blurred, the consequences of Ahmed's actions spiraling out of control. Section 9. Awakening. Ahmed jolted awake, his heart pounding in his chest. He was drenched in sweat, his mind reeling. The storm, the fire, the resurrection, it had all felt so real. He looked around his familiar bedroom, the early morning light filtering through the curtains. It was just a dream. A vivid, terrifying dream. But as he caught his reflection in the mirror, he noticed something strange. His eyes, usually filled with the spark of scientific curiosity, held a flicker of something else. Fear? Or was it knowledge? The dream, as quickly as it had come, faded into the recesses of his mind. But the question lingered. Was it just a dream? Or a chilling premonition of a future yet to come? And if so, did humanity dare to tempt fate, to unlock the secrets of life and death? The answer, as always, lay in the unknown.